Alright, everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Here we are now on the third show. This is going to be the last Nitro before the pay-per-view coming up, sold out. So let's get this going. Here we got a pre-show match. They didn't do good at all. Camille versus Zaya Brookside, with Camille picking up the win here. So nothing great. Definitely nothing great. But all right, whatever. They're just pre-show matches. I'm just using these so I can get them known to the audience. So I can get them up there. All right, and another pre-show match here. We've got the Von Erichs versus the Righteous. Again, they didn't do so well. Slightly better than the first one, but again, I'm not expecting much from here. I just wanted, like I said, to get them known to the fans so I could put them on the regular show. Righteous picking up the win over the Von Erichs here. Only thing of note really is Vincent seemed off his game, but that's alright. We're just getting started. Here we are, the first match of the night, and Brian Pillman Jr. picks up the win over Ryback after a tornado DDT. Let's see, this one did about as good as the pre-show matches, to be honest, but that's okay. Jim Cornette didn't do a good job as a road agent. Perhaps we'll take him off of road agent duty and just leave him with his other duties. Let's see. Oh, they took away. Yeah, didn't do so well. Took away the crowd's reaction, but that's all right. Here we go. Next match of the night. Let's see. Yeah, not much heat. Terrible wrestling. That's all right. Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal picking up the win over Jimmy Jacobs here after a lethal injection. Jimmy Jacobs here seeming off his game. That's all right. All right, what do we got here? The Good Brothers versus the Wrecking Crew. I've teamed up Keith Lee and JTG and put them together, now known as the Wrecking Crew. Decent reaction from the crowd, subpar wrestling, but the Good Brothers taking home the win here. JTG, the weak link, struggling to keep up with everything. That's alright, he'll work on that. We'll feel okay. And he also seemed off his game. Yeah, see, that was to be expected. Match ratings here, doing better as we go along. That's what we want to see. Crowd heat at the end of it. We're going in the right direction. We're not going backwards, so that's good. Backstage angle. Here we are again with featured attraction. Once again, talking trash to, down talking FTR. Anytime FTR tries to, say something, featured attraction makes an excuse of why they deserved to win that match and how they wasn't cheating, and pretty much just got underneath the skin of FTR again. All right, backstage promo, another one this time. Shelton Benjamin going inside of the locker room of Gable Steveson and, talking things out and saying how, they've got a lot of similar interests and goals here in WCW. The crowd heat at the end, not good. We went the opposite direction. Neither one of them are good at improvising dialogue, so I'll have to make note of that and make sure that they stick to scripted things from now on. We've got a video package with Mordecai. See, I told you before, I think it was, the first week or the second week, we had him in a pre-show match, but he was under Kevin Thorne. Yeah, we're bringing him back. We've got a couple of things I've got planned for him, and hopefully it works out okay, but it doesn't seem so since the crowd seems disinterested in him right now. But, oof, and horrible, horrible rating over there. Well, just gonna have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that things work out for good old Mordecai there. All right, here's another tag match between Featured Attraction and FTR. FTR finally getting some small measure of revenge here by picking up the win when they just outclassed Featured Attraction. But it was see, I only did the one I was trying to do for a double count out, but I wasn't sure how that would work out. I didn't. Maybe I just glanced it over and didn't see it. But I meant for both of them, featured attraction to just throw their hands up and wave them away and say, we're not dealing with this. So FTR gets the win, but it's due to count out. This one did pretty well. Crowd heat at the end was unclear, but the ratings were starting to get up there closer to what we want. Yeah, chemistry bonuses. We know all that. Ashley Flair back out here with us again. The whole WCW is Flair country. This is my place. Basically, just running down the whole women's roster right now in WCW, and here she is doing what she does best, which is talk about herself. And crowd heat is still unclear. All right. Fatal four way between Ashley Flair, AJ Mendez, Britt Baker, and Tessa Blanchard. Um, and with Ashley Flair, putting her money where her mouth is. This is Flair country, and this division is hers to run. Picking up the win here tonight. Jim Cornette, again, not doing that great of a job. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to take Jim off of road agent duty. He can stick to being on the creative team and being the head of talent relations, which has made a lot of people mad. Not a lot of people here in WCW were too happy with my decision to put Jim in that position. Ric Flair did great at ringside. Came out, to support Ashley Flair. Oh, Britt Baker not doing good at all. Extremely poor form. Okay. Here we have another backstage angle with Ron Killings and Austin Theory. And again, Ron is just going on about how he's going to figure out what's different about, being here in the WWE. And he quite doesn't sure, but he thinks he's close to figuring it out. But he keeps seeing a lot of people he recognizes, but there's also a whole bunch of new people to him. But he tells Theory that he's going to get to the bottom of this and to not, worry about that. And Austin Theory underperformed. So, great. Men's fatal four way this time. Ron Killings picking up the win over Alexander Hammerstone, Moose, and Nick. This all happened, when Theory came out and tried to, get Ron's head out of the game, catch him, make him distracted, but it ended up backfiring when it always got Ron out of the way and brought him to safety instead of hurting him against the match, so he picks up the win here. Killian's doing good things out there, being the flavor of the month, I guess, but okay, well, good. This one we're going back in the right direction for crowd heat at the end. Ratings didn't do that great, but that's all right. We'll work on all of that as we go along. Well, another angle. This one was awful. Backstage, this was more of Austin Theory picking on Ron Killings and being, being the bully here. But that one didn't come out that well. All right. Had good heat, decent wrestling. We had a match here between the teams of AJ Styles and Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Kenny Omega and Jay White. And Omega and White pick up the win here tonight after Kenny Omega pinned AJ Styles with the one winged angel. So basically a down and dirty brawl. Each man wants to win for their team. But yeah, Omega picking up the win for his team and, further adding fuel to the fire of that feud between him and AJ Styles. And I'll have to remember here that Styles and Zack Sabre have zero chemistry as partners, so let's not put them back together at the end. But they got the crowd heat hot and rising. Which I believe was the last match, so I guess, well, whatever, we left the crowd going on a high note at least. So I'm glad for that. Let's go ahead and finish the show. Then there we are. So we lost popularity. We would have gained popularity, but lack of viewers down there, it's okay. We benefited from having a wide selection of angles. Fabulous. Let's see, where is our... I guess our highest rated would be featured attraction and FTR match. All right, perfect. That one not as great as the others. Overall, nope. Overall, we went down by 1 point, I think. And all right, I think that was the last one. Let's head out of here. Stop that. Let's head out of here. Do we want to address the locker room? Yeah, why not? Or do I not get to? Oh no, we're down here. Okay. No, I don't care about financials. Don't care about that. We don't have a media scrum. All right. All right. Let's see what's happening in the news after that. Well, first, let's check our mail, huh? Let's see what we got. Oh, drug testing fees. That's right. Yeah, we don't care about that. All right. We got 4,236,655 viewers on the WCW network. Nice. All right. So let's see what happened in the news. Dominic Mysterio got a new catchphrase. Good for him. Raw, let's see. They feedback is that they did pretty good. They enjoyed the show. Good for them. What are they saying about us? No, I don't want to see it. No, we didn't do good. Kenta. Any other interesting news here? Who the hell is the Blood Hunter? I don't know. Nick Aldis having some problems with the Blood Hunter, whoever that is. All right then. What? Joey Janela is the real MVP. Get real. All right, so yeah, that was that show. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and catch you at the next one, the pay per view coming up with titles on the line. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining me, guys. Appreciate it.